Hey, hi everybody, hola todos. We have another live show today. Today we have Rafael Alvarez, CEO of Atax, the first and largest Hispanic tax franchise in the country. Hola Rafael, how's everything going?
Hey Alberto, hola, saludos. How are you? How's everyone? I hope everyone and their family are doing well under this crisis, health crisis.
Yeah, the health crisis. I see you're not in your house, Rafael. You still go to the office?
Well, I do most of my work from my house. Sometimes I come to my office either to pick up files or to do some extra work that I cannot do from home. As you know, it's not the same. I'm kind of limited.
Sí.
I can do a lot from my house, but I cannot do it all.
Yeah, and then when you're at your house, it's kind of hard to get to like focus because you get distracted.
Yeah, no, I have a pretty good setup at home, and I
Mm.
can really operate. I can literally do everything from here, but sometimes I have to come here. I know that this new way of running the business have changed the dynamic,
Hmm.
how to really operate and run a tax business. As you know, I've been in the business for 34 years already, and I have never ever seen such a thing. Never seen a tax season like this. Every season is different, little different, but this one is for the history, for the records.
Oh,
It's
definitely.
really
And talking about how it's different, Rafael, what is ATEX doing to help out the taxpayer during these crazy times?
well, as you know, we have a lot of locations in New York, New Jersey, Florida, Georgia, Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, and it just happened that most of the states where we have location, they were shut down by by the governor of each state, and only essential businesses are only allowed to operate. So we have to go with utilizing the technology. A lot of people, in a way, kind of say that I either knew that this was coming. I knew that this was coming because I have been preparing for this for the last 5 years, Alberto, believe it or not.
Damn. You've been preparing for this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, I kind of knew that this was gonna happen in
Hmm.
the future, I guess. So since about 5 years ago, I decided to start working in a project, and this came
Hmm.
out of the necessity, out of the needs of our flagship location that is ATAX and Marble Hill in.
Is it that one, the one that you're there? Is that the Marble Hill
I'm
location?
in ATAX Marble Hill right now. Basically,
Nice.
here we do 10,000 tax return. In a season, in 3 months, a staff of about 70, 75 people work out of this office. So it's a
Hmm.
very almost 7 days a week, almost 24 hours a day. So it's a very large endeavor. So a lot of number one complaint of the clients is the waiting period. So about
Oh.
5 years ago, to try to find solution to that particular problem, we decided to create an app, start building an app that will work in a way, not necessarily like TurboTax, but it was more like
Hmm.
a hybrid between an ATAX office and a TurboTax. We just wanted to give the experience to our clients, like if they were in the office, sitting face to face with a preparer, but giving the ability, especially for the millennium, the people that really are
Sí.
embracing, really love technology, to start really putting their hand on the technology, download the app, touch the app. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Nowadays, millennials, they like to do everything from the cell phone.
Sí.
So we want to give them that experience, that opportunity. So we build it in a way that the client will not do it all. So we build an app that allows our clients, basically, or anyone, to download. They download the app for free. They create an account,
Hmm.
and then they select the office that they want that office to handle that tax
Oh.
preparation. They take photo with a cell phone of
Uh-huh.
every tax document, and they upload it. So based on the office that they selected, like let's say I want Christina, Christina from ATAX Orlando,
Hmm.
to do my taxes, I could download the app, and in the setting I can select ATAX Orlando, either by the name or the zip code of that office. So every tax document that I uploaded is gonna get to Christina. Now Christina have a
Hmm.
login portal or a dashboard, the way we call it, that then she will be able to see all the new clients that are coming in, all the clients that are being handled, that are being prepared, that are just waiting for a final review, and all the tax return that has been completed. She has like a pipeline that she can move the client, believe it or not, from one bucket to the other one. So that is the system that we use. And then at the end, we send the client a link that they'll get it, and they basically schedule a day and time to finalize the tax return. with a call like this, like a Zoom. It's
Oh
actually
yeah, so you still get that human to human like
human to human
interaction.
touch. Yeah, and they get to see the tax preparation software. They get to see and get a review. They see each other's
Mm-hmm.
faces. And believe me, I mean, I have plenty time to test it, to do the demo, to be able to do the beta. 4 years we spent, and spent a lot of money building it, and spent a lot of money marketing it. And then this year we decided to release it to all the franchisees. So it came very handy. And we have done a lot of tax return. And that's why I said that a lot of people think that I kind of have a vision. I can see the future, but in reality, it's one of those things that you start working, thinking, I don't know, but I think this is cool. Let's just work on this and let's see what this can take on. And then suddenly, bam, a pandemic. Who was expecting a pandemic?
And it was quick. It was really quick.
It was really quick. So in reality, I have been working on this for the last 5 years. It's called, the name of the app is called Atax Live.
Atax Live.
Atax
Nice.
Live. At the beginning, for the last 4 years, we did it and we tried it for the Atax. It was exclusively for Atax Marble Hill. But this year we opened it up to all the franchisees. So now a tax client can really choose which location they want to get the taxes done remotely. I mean, it became a game changer. I mean, I'm telling you, I did it the other day. Someone that was in their literally swimming suits in Puerto Vallarta, at the beach, and you can see, because it's like you and I in the video, you can see the background and say, "Oh my God, you look like you're at the beach." And he says, "Yeah, man, I never thought in my life that I'll be filing my taxes while I was at the beach with my family." So very interesting to utilize the technology, and it came very handy. All of our locations are still operational. We are doing taxes remotely, most of them. We're asking them to comply with any local, government, and state law. As you know, we don't want them to get in trouble. Office. As it is, there were a few of them that tried, and the police came knocking at them. What are you doing? You know, are you an essential business? No, so whatever you're doing, oh yeah, I'm an essential because I do payroll. Oh, really? You know, why do you do it from home? Or what do you do it? That's an online platform. Why do you do it from home? So the whole point is, this new situation have created tremendous opportunity, like I've been telling all of our franchisees, and it's all about to embracing the opportunity instead of fighting it or stay idle and do nothing. So those franchisees that really embrace the technology, that really adopted, the Atax Live, have really taken advantage, and many of them have done way more tax return than they ever dream of. I mean,
because that's really because of with the Atax Live.
Of course, because now, first of all, the whole coronavirus has really created an atmosphere that people don't want to get in contact with nobody. You have to keep the social distance, right? So now with the Atax Live, they just have to download it and they just upload it, and we'll still finish the tax return. Like right now, I could be finishing your tax return. I show you the tax offer, everything is on the system. You send me these W-2s, this 1099. Let's go over the document.
And then the client just takes a picture with their phone.
They take a picture of the phone. They upload the document. And the beauty and what is most impressive for them is the ability for them to sign the tax return, because at the end, someone say, how am I going to sign my taxes? How am I going to sign my taxes? Do I still have to go to the office? I say, no, I'm going to send you a text to your cell phone. Click on the link and a screen will open up, and then you sign with your finger on your cell phone. You hit submit and I get it. All the forms are signed, and then I'll email you a copy. And then from the same app, they can pay. They can pay with the credit card. You know, the credit card, you just put open all the photo.
Like you don't even have to type in the numbers. You just take a picture of the card. No?
Yeah, just like a photo. You don't take the photo. You just
it scans it.
It scans it. Yeah, just photo, and then automatically take all the credit card information. All you have to put is the amount for the fee, and then charge it. Or we can do a bank product, as you know, deduct the fees from the refund. So has come very, very convenient.
So Rafael, if I'm understanding you correctly, we could have somebody in Florida wants to get their taxes done. They find the Atax website. They could find somebody in Florida, send them their documents, pay, go do how you and me are talking, and get their taxes done without leaving their house.
Without leaving the house. Some of them do it from the cell phone. Some of them do it from the laptop computer. Some of them do it at the convenience of the home, work, whatever they could be at. Technically, the taxes could be done. What we ask is that they send us the document, obviously, in advance. We have to create a folder and print a folder. As a matter of fact, let me show you this so you can see the difference. basically, in the office we have two folders, two records. Obviously, the traditional one. These are the one from the people that come to the office that come in and drop it, and these are the Atax slides. So people that upload it, we will have different folders because we still have to print. We still have to print the documents, the tax documents, and you know, the tax document that the client uploaded, and then prepare the tax return. And then when it's ready, that's when we schedule the Zoom video conference call to finalize it.
To go over all the details. You know, we have a question, Rafael. Is Atax helping with small business loans?
Yes, we are. As a matter of fact, I did a presentation about a week ago about the PPP. So you know, we have a parent company. You know, it's called Loyalty Brands, and also they're also managing and like 4 or 6 other franchise companies. And they have a lot of small businesses, a lot of franchisees that wanted to apply. So they did all the homework. They did all the legwork for us.
Oh, nice.
Here's all what you need. Now put this together in a presentation. And now let's introduce this to our franchisees so they can help the small business owner in their community. We are providing assistance to our small business owners. As you know, we're big in bookkeeping and payroll. So by doing the bookkeeping, that kind of open up the door. So that's like the low hanging fruits. Obviously, clients that really have a relationship. Those that were doing bookkeeping first, then those that were doing corporate tax return, or perhaps even doing Schedule C, self-employed. And then we just do like a Zoom webinar. Each franchisee is supposed to do that with each client. Do a Zoom webinar and do a presentation of how the small business owner can get benefits or benefit from all the different programs that the federal government has. As you know, I mean, this came like, it's wild, man.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. The Small Business Administration, so many people applying. Their website went literally down completely because of so many applicants. And now we're also working with some banks and some financial institutions.
What banks are you working with, Rafael? Sorry to interrupt you, but porque a lot of people are saying like, oh, this bank doesn't want to give me a loan, or this bank is saying I need an account with them. Well, what banks are you working with?
Well, what I'm recommending is that, you see, there are a lot of misconception with the whole thing, because you hear the news, or you hear the president speaking, and everybody think, oh, all I have to do is to have a business. I apply for this and I get the money. But people don't realize that it doesn't work like that. It doesn't really work like that.
How does it work, Rafael? Real quick.
Well, the first thing is basically people need to have an established business. People don't realize that the main component of the loan is a loan that is provided to help you throughout this crisis. It's not a loan like I have, like some people calling me, oh man, I'm almost behind on my rent for a year, and I would like to see if I could get a loan to pay my 1 year behind of rent. Listen, that is not the intention of the federal government to approve all of this money. It is to assist businesses. It is in a way to put a stop to businesses to continue laying off employees.
The payroll, ¿verdad?
Yeah, the payroll. The main component is the payroll. And people don't realize that, especially Latino businesses. Man, Alberto, you know how many of my Latino small businesses, I've been telling them to organize the books. I've been telling them that they need to pay their employees with payroll. You cannot continue doing under the table, paying cash, and this, and that. And now that they see the opportunity, they want to apply. And the first question that they ask them is what? How much is your payroll? How much is your payroll? And then they also ask them, by the way, to prove your payroll, you need to send us your 940, 941, and your W-3. Many of my clients, many of small business owners, they've been calling me, oh, Mr. Alvarez, I'm here applying for the loan to my bank. They're asking me for a Form W-3. What is that? Or Form 940, 941. What is that? And then there you go. If you haven't been doing payroll, if you never done payroll for your client, you will never, ever know what is a 940, what is a 941, what is a W-3, because those forms are related, are connected to your payroll. Those are the quarterly withholding. One is quarterly, another one is the annual, and then the W-3 is the form that has the total amount that you pay in payroll. So the bank and the financial institution, they want to know that, because part of the money that they will be lending you, part of the money is going to be, you might be able to qualify for what is called forgiveness, right? And the forgiveness is going to be based on on your payroll. Then if the business doesn't have payroll, then it goes to a total different categories. Then they need to look at other expenses. Could be the utilities, could be electricity, et cetera. But the reality is, I hate to say it, but there is a big number of our Latinos business owners that they're going to miss this great opportunity. This is a unique and a historic opportunity that unfortunately many of them are gonna miss it because they don't have the business in order.
Yes, you know Tony Martinez, ¿verdad? Antonio Martinez. He did a webinar last week and he was telling everybody this is why you need to have everything set up right from the beginning. Because things like this happened and you need reports of payroll, you need cash flow, you need your expenses, and you got to have all that written out. If you don't have it, how you said, Rafael, you're going to miss out on this big opportunity.
And you know what some of them are doing? They're calling me now and they say, oh yeah, Mr. I remember you
Is it your fault, Alvarez?
No, they want me to go back and do the payroll. Oh, can you go back and run payroll for me for the last 2 or 3 quarters? I want to qualify for this one. And I said, my friend, too late. You cannot go back. Payroll, you go forward because that is already in the past. It's gone. You missed it. You know, plus it's a federal crime. Come on, you're dealing with federal funds. You don't want to do anything that is wrong and illegal. But the reality is there's still some hope. Don't just give up. I've been telling all my clients, even if you don't have payroll, apply. Just apply. And maybe you could be considered because there are 2 rules. One for traditional corporation businesses like LLCs, like S Corp, C Corp, and the other one, as you know, are for the self-employed. Unfortunately, they'll get less money. There will be less money. They might miss a lot of the free money. I call it free, but they call it forgiveness. The forgiveness, you know, they will forgive some of those part of the loan. You get an amount forgiven. But you know, the disappointing issue with a lot of these small business owners is that they cannot apply when you go through a bank or you go through the application. There is not a place that you could say, oh, I want 300,000 and I want 600, I want $1 million loan. That's not the way it works. It's based on your financial. It's based on your productivity. It's based on your profit and loss statement. It's based on your corporate tax return. It's based on your payroll.
So they can't just go and say they want $1 million?
Yeah, that's what really is bothering people. That they're going through the process of applying, and then the application system also then tell them in advance, oh, you can only qualify for this amount of loan. And then they say, why so little? What's expected to get this amount and that amount? So what I've been recommending, number one, clients, you know, if you already have a business relationship with a bank, go to your bank because they know your business. They know who you are. They see all the money that you generated. As long as you deposit all your money, all the income is being deposited through the bank, they know how much money has been generated. You know, and then also you need to have your books in order. You need the help of an accountant, a bookkeeper, someone that can really organize your books. Because without that, how can you provide a profit and loss statement if you don't have your book in order? How can you really even know how much money you're spending if you don't have your book in order? So it is a situation that you know, is really this whole pandemic, this whole situation. It is like a wake-up call for all of our Latino business owners that in reality, if you guys really want to take your business to the next level, if you really want to you know, take advantage of anything, you need to have your business in order. There is no way around it, you know. And then we think that by not having your employees on payroll, most of the Latino business owners, they think that they are saving money, and they don't realize that whatever you're saving, you're gonna have to pay it in the future, multiplied by 100, by 10 or 100. And it's sad. It's really, 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 really sad. But we do, Alberto, we are helping as much as we can our small business owners. We are providing the right tools. We are providing the right information. There is a calculator that they can more or less estimate and calculate of how much can be the amount that they can qualify for, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But the easiest way for them to get funding is to work with the local bank that they already have a relationship.
So whoever they already have a relationship with, go talk to them and see how they could help them out. Yeah, because you know what happened was at the beginning, I thought, and everybody thought, oh, this is I will be applying directly with the federal government. So I will go to the SBA and fill out an application.
until the 3rd of April. That was supposed to be the intention, but on the 3rd, the federal government realized, wait a minute, this is completely wild and it's completely out of control. We won't be able to handle this. So now they kind of push it out to most of the financial institutions. So there are a lot of financial institutions, even some non-for-profit organization, or that are really helping and really providing assistance, to people that are looking for this type of loan. As you know, I'm part of the Stanford University, LBAM program, and I'm happy, to say that some of the members of that program have already received and has been approved,
nice.
to some of those fundings, different financial institutions. So look, guys, it's simple. There is no way around it. The only thing that I would say is don't rush and submit an application like a lot of people are doing. That is the first mistake, because the government they're not stupid. They're not going to let you apply twice or 3 times. It's only one shot. It's only one chance. So don't rush it. Just take your time. Just look around. Wait to see, taste the water, find out what is the best option that you have before you sign and submit, before you hit submit. Because if you hit submit, then there is no way back. Like I've seen some people that already apply in 2 places or 3 places. You know why they're doing that, Alberto? Because they're not happy with the first application that they submitted. The first application, they say that they only qualify for $35,000 or $25,000. And then they realize, wait a minute, I didn't submit this, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. They might be able to revise it if they contact that particular financial institution. But the reality is, and what I've been advising people, don't rush. Don't rush it. Just take your time. Do your own analysis. Make sure that you have all the document requirements required. File your corporate tax return before you submit this. Make sure that you file your corporate tax return. Have a copy of your corporate tax return handy. Have a copy of the payroll. A lot of the payroll company, if you have a payroll, whether it is ADP or Gusto or Paycheck or any payroll company, they have a program. I even find out that some of them are even assisting and helping people to apply. I don't know how, but I was looking at Gusto. And
they have it in there. There's a report that says, here's your report for your payroll for the PPP loan.
Yeah, I mean, I even was surprised that when you log in, because they can see your company payroll, they already had something built in that can tell you, oh, you qualify for this amount, or for the what is it, the PPP loan?
Yeah,
you qualify for this amount based on your payroll report.
It was already in there in the software?
Yeah, it's already, when you log in, at least I saw that in Gusto. When you log in Gusto, automatically, the system look at your payroll. And automatically you click in some places and it will tell you, this is how much money you can qualify for based on your payroll. This is obviously without all the other, expenses that can be considered, like the rent and utilities, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
We have a comment here of it. They say some banks here in Cerritos are not accepting new clients, and those accepting are clueless. How about there?
Yeah, that is correct. I mean, look, like I've been telling some of my clients, say, listen, this is like a tsunami of application that is coming.
See?
The first bank that I saw doing that, you know which bank was that?
What bank?
Look, this is what happened. The government says we're gonna start this whole process in two stages. Stage number 1, beginning April 3rd, anybody that has a business, a corporation, established, you could start applying on the 3rd. And on the second stage was supposed to happen on April 10th. It was for the self-employed people, right? I noticed, even though the federal government announced that on April 3rd, they will be opening up the door for people to start applying, banks remain quiet. They says, oh no, we're not gonna do nothing yet, because basically they were not ready. They wanted to wait and build a platform, that can support the volume. The first bank that I saw was Bank of America. Bank of America was the first bank that I saw that said, hey, yeah, you guys can apply, but only if you have an account with us. If you have an account with us, you are priority for us, you can go ahead and apply with us. And the same practice was adopted by most of the financial institutions. That doesn't mean that eventually they will not apply. They will not handle application for anybody else. But it's common sense. What I'm recommending, I mean, common sense, who empresario, right? Which business owner is in business and doesn't have a business bank account? You must have a business bank account in order for you to run your business. There is no way around it. So what I am personally recommending, go and talk to your banker. You already have a business relationship with them, and ask them, can I apply for the PPP loan to see if I can qualify? And they'll tell you right there, you already have a business relationship. Now, if it is for a brand new business, if it is for a new corporation, I would say you will not be able to qualify, period. You don't qualify for this, unfortunately, because you have no track record.
Because at the end of the day, the government is, even though it's forgiven, they still want their money back somehow, ¿verdad?
Yeah, look, what happened is this. People don't realize this, but the bank is the one that is giving the money. The bank is the one that is going to their pocket and say, okay, here, Alberto, $300,000. What the government is doing is guaranteeing the money, and most likely giving the money back to them as long as they do their due diligence. The bank also has a huge responsibility. And if the bank don't follow the rules and the guidelines that the federal government put together for them, they might not be able to recoup the money that they are giving to some business owners. So they have to have backup documentation. They have to have a reason. They have to be documented. I believe the bank has something like in the mortgage business. How do you call the closure? The bank has an underwriter. That's the
an underwriter.
The bank has an underwriter that is the one that is going to say, yeah, I'm going to sign up in this loan. Alberto has a tax preparation business that is generating, I don't know, $600,000 a year, $500,000 a year. He has payroll. He paid $150,000, $200,000 in payroll. So yeah, he's a legitimate business. He has a corporation. He's filed his taxes on time every year. Yeah, I have all the backup documentation. Alberto, here is your $200,000 or $300,000 loan.
And then what am I supposed to do with that money? Pay my rent, pay my mortgage, or pay my employees?
The first thing is that you need to bring your employee back, and you need to be able to comply with some of those rules and regulations related to the forgiveness. If you want, because if they give you a loan for $300,000, Alberto, and let's say now if you want any of that money forgiven, then you have to comply with the rules and regulation related to payroll. And they tell you very clear and specific. You need to keep your employees. You need to have, because otherwise there will be no amount forgiven if you just laid off everybody and only you remain working in the company and all your employees are laid off and you got a $300,000, then they're not gonna forgive no money. The forgiveness is based on you having the ability that instead of sending your employee to collect unemployment compensation and the government give money to those employees, they rather give you the money so you can keep those employees working and being productive within
keep the economy going.
And keep the economy going and lower how many people, like almost like 10, 12 million people apply for unemployment compensation. Something
that's crazy in the past 2 weeks.
It is very crazy. So obviously now the whole idea is the government wants to shoot out, they want to release all of this money to small businesses so they can call and bring their employees back and start producing money and keep and get the economy back on track.
It's saying here, what about cash businesses? Okay, as cash businesses, most of my clients with schedules asked what to do. They have less than $20,000 in expenses and are super stuck. What do you recommend?
Yeah, any cash business has to be able to produce and prove their income. It's like I always tell my clients, listen, if you cannot prove your income, how can you prove it to the IRS? At the end of the day, a bank, like, let me just put it to you like this. The underwriter would not put a signature on that loan if you cannot prove that cash money. Where the cash money is coming from? How do you know? How can you prove cash? How can you prove cash? It's really hard and difficult to say, but usually I recommend clients to have proof of their income. You need to have your business in order. Yes, there are a lot of business, like a lot of restaurants, they don't collect credit card. It's just cash money. But if you have a system that at the end of the day, you close your books, and at the end of the day, the money that is being generated, it's being deposited into the bank account. And
into a business bank account.
It's a business bank account, not your personal business bank account. And you have a way to prove that if you deposited $2,000 in cash, that came from all of these receipts and tickets from all the sales during the day. You need to have backup documentation. You have to be able to prove and sustain where the cash comes from, and you have to be able to prove it. I mean, the same thing with the self-employed businesses. I have I have a pizzeria, Arturo Pizzeria, here in Washington Heights. You know, the guy never wanted to create a corporation. He has been operated like a sole proprietor, but he has a legitimate business. The guy been in business for over 20 years. He has payroll. He pays his employee with payroll, even though he's self-employed. He has an schedule C like the Uber driver, all of those guys. But he pays employees payroll through Gusto, as a matter of fact. At one point, he used to ADP. And then he keep track of all his expenses. He has a cash register, point of sale. He knows all his vendors that provide all the food, all the stuff that he buy, the cheese. He has everything, and he reported all that. He files a tax return every year. So he has no problem being able to apply and qualify for this funding. Specifically, the number one is the payroll. You see why he's able to qualify? I remember when Arturo came to me, and he has a big mess, and he was paying all his employees under the table. And I was the one that told him, listen, you need to organize your business. The good thing is that he was able to listen to me, and he look at now, he's able to take advantage of all of this opportunity. So it's just like his business is mostly cash, believe it or not. It's a pizzeria. A lot of people go and pay cash. Yeah. And some of them credit card. And he do have those delivery like Groupons or
like Grubhub y todo eso.
Grubhub. He has some of those, business too. But the majority of his business is mostly cash. But he has a legitimate business because he keeps track of his income, his expenses. He has a point of sale to keep track of every transaction. So if he knows that $5,000 come in today, even though if it was cash, he would deposit all $5,000, and he has a printout from his point of sale that shows every single what was sold that is equal to the $5,000. So you need to be able to have a way to prove the income, the cash money, in order for you. And once again, you have to file your taxes. You have to be up to date with your taxes. You have to be up to date with your sales taxes, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
So it goes back to you gotta have your books in place. Even if it's cash, you still gotta have your books in place.
Definitely. And look, I can tell you this much. I as you know, we do bookkeeping. At one point, I was generating almost like about $800,000 worth of bookkeeping business. But people don't realize that I learned the hard way. I visited a lot of small business owners, and I hate it. And I felt so bad when they told me, oh, no, I don't need the bookkeeping services, sir. Oh, no, Mr. Albert, thank you for the offer, but I don't need it. I don't need it. And I said, well, why are they saying no to me when I know that they need it? They have a big mess and they need me. I will do it even for free. But, I realized that, Latino business owners, they think on the money that they have. All they think is in their pocket. They don't want to invest in infrastructure. They don't want to invest. They don't see the value proposition, the way I call it.
Is it a short-term thinking?
Huh?
The short-term thinking, they're not thinking long-term?
That is correct. They don't think about the fact that if they don't invest in their business, if they don't have the right ally, like I tell them, listen, by hiring us, you just don't hiring me. You're hiring the whole team of people behind me that is gonna be supporting you, helping your business, so you have things in order. And then the whole idea is for you to stay out of trouble with the government, and we be able to help you to take your business to the next level. But it has to start within you. You have to change that mentality. The money that you think that you are saving now, you're gonna be paying it multiplied by a lot in the future. Pay your people on payroll. Don't pay them under the table. Don't pay it with cash. Pay with just do it right. Like I've been telling them, if you don't do it right, if you don't really have the right structure, if you don't have, an accountant, a bookkeeper, someone that have your books in order, I tell many of them, I said, someone that I business said, listen, you don't realize this, but your business has been closed already many years ago. Whoa. You don't see what I see, but I'm telling you, your business is doomed. Your business is closed. With the mess that you have, any minute, any day, the state government is going to come in, or the IRS is going to walk in through that door, and they're going to shut you down, because there is no way that you can run a business knowing that you have to pay sales taxes, and you haven't paid sales taxes in 2 years. I'm wondering what is taking so long for the government to come in and knock at the door. Any minute, I tell them. And you know what happened? I give them a reality check, Alberto. And 2 or 3 weeks later, a month later, 2 months later, they call me and I say, oh, Mr. Alvarez, you came in, you were telling me this. Oh, I just want to see if you can help me. I really, really, really need your help. Guess what? They already shut up. and they gave them 15 days, 20 days to clean up their mess. If they don't follow those quarterly taxes, if they don't file the corporate taxes that they haven't paid, if they don't have a proof of the employees and really even the state, local unemployment compensation, you know how much are the fine that they get for paying people without having the worker compensation disability insurance?
Is it a lot?
Listen, a lot. I saw a bodega. You guys call it bodega in California too, right? Bodegas? Bodega, you know the bodega?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, grocery store.
Yeah.
I had a client that got a fine of $487,000 fine from the Department of Labor. He had an employee that he was paying. The guy worked for almost 12 years with him in his bodega. Mm-hmm. He was just writing a check, nothing on payroll, just a straight check. Let's say $500 every week, $500 a week here. And everything was fine until one day they had an argument, a confrontation, and he fired the guy. What do you think the guy did? Because he was getting paid with check. He says, well, if I don't have unemployment, let me go and file for unemployment. He went straight to the Department of Labor, and they asked, are you sure I work for this guy? Yes. Do you have any proof? Yeah, he has all my cancel checks. And then the Department of Labor showed up to the guy. You know how much was the fine? The fine is $2,000 for every 10 days that this person worked for him.
For every 10 days?
Yeah, every 10 days that when you have somebody working for you and you are paying that person, it's an employee. You treat that person, it's an employee, and you don't have working compensation or the disability insurance, the fine is $2,000 for every 10 days that you pay that person. Now multiply that or divide it by 12 years. So working for you, $487,000 fine. Imagine that. And it's sad to say, but that's the reality of a lot of our small business owners. And believe me, we would like to, and I know that you guys are doing an awesome job educating our Latino community, tax preparers, educating, the people in the industry to be able to transfer that knowledge to a lot of the small business owners, because in reality, that's really what this is all about.
Yeah.
We are taking this business seriously. You guys, and also I have to say it as the first Latino franchisor in the nation, I can tell you, look, when I speak to a small business owner, I'm not telling them stuff that I read on a book. I'm telling them stuff that I personally live in my own experience. I built a business from scratch. I know what it takes to build a business. I know what it takes not to have money to pay your employees. I know what it takes when the electric company, in this case is Con Edison in New York, when the electric company come knocking at the door, you haven't paid your electric bill. And if you don't pay me the money now, I'm gonna cut the electricity right now. Listen, no matter how many times you read that kind of stuff in a book or somebody tell you, unless you experience it on your own, there is no other way to know what it takes. And this is what people don't realize. People think that running a business is easy, but what I can tell you is that if you have the right ally, if you have the right advisor, that is the key. That is what really is gonna keep you alive. That is because a lot of business owners, they go in circle. They go that way, they go there, instead of going on a straight line. And that's really what I do in the franchise as a franchisor. I help people to, I tell people, or the franchisees, like I tell people, anybody can do taxes. You can do it on your own. You don't need us. But I have a system that will help you to get there a lot sooner and a lot faster without making all the mistakes that I made in 34 years to build my tax practice. How's that?
Wow. Yeah, you're showing them from your mistakes. Rafael, so let me see if we have any other questions. Somebody likes my shirt. I saw one more question here. It was about, okay, what about undocumented items? What's going on with them? Can they apply for it, for any of this free money?
Yes, but that's another thing. I mean, you know how many undocumented people you and I know that they don't care about filing the taxes. Meanwhile, they are working. They are working because they are working in the restaurant. We see them every time we go to eat at that restaurant. They are working, they're making money, and they don't file the taxes. How many times you, Carlos Lopez, Tony, your whole team has been telling them you need to get an ITIN. You have to file your taxes. You have to do the right thing. You never know when a new, how do you call that, immigration reform might come in, you might become a legal resident. Now,
they're going to look at your tax returns.
Of course. In this case, we don't have an immigration tax reform yet. But guess what? There are opportunities that now that the restaurant that you work closed, you could be getting a check. $1,200 started coming in now. people should realize that you should know that the federal government already started releasing a stimulus check.
I think
And
Saturday.
a lot of people, Saturday,
I
a
think,
lot of people,
yeah. Yeah, no, they started on Saturday a few days ago.
Yeah, a lot of people got it on Saturday, Sunday. So people already getting the money. But if you have an I team, you must file your taxes. You must be up to date with your taxes. You have to do it on a regular basis. And if you haven't done it, you're gonna miss out on this opportunity.
Perfect. All right. Well, thanks, Rafael. You have any other wise words for everybody watching before we say bye?
Well, I definitely, have multiple advice for all of our, I would say, partners, because I'm part of Latino Tax. All of our preparators, all the accountants, all the people that are in the industry. Guys, I know that things are rough. I know that this is a unique tax season. Never seen one like this. Thanks God that the government gave us an additional 90 days beginning Wednesday. We have an additional 90 days. So don't throw the towel. This is not over. Try to take advantage of the tax season. Continue, use technology. If you don't have an app like I have, it's okay. But at least contact clients, tell them to email you the tax return. People can email it to you. You can still do it. I mean, have a way, or bring your office computer home and run it and work the taxes, prepare the taxes from home, utilizing, any type of technology. Zoom has really, I've been using Zoom for many years. But now Zoom, it became like a household name now. Everybody's using it. Even though there was some negative a negative connotation about the security, but they fixed that already. I got an update. This is for our partners, preparators, people that are in the industry. So take advantage of the industry, take advantage of the 90 days, take advantage of the opportunity. There is a lot more people that want to file the taxes this year than before.
Yes,
they want to be able to qualify. I want to be able to get the stimulus money. So take advantage of that. Don't just, sit in the corner crying, oh my God, why this Corona? Don't cry. Just be proactive and really do what you have to do. Now, for the consumers, our friends, the taxpayers. Number one, if you already filed your taxes, congratulations. Just look at the news, just read, just know that if your income is less than $75,000, most likely you will be getting either $1,200 or $2,400 if you're married. Just be looking out for that money. A lot of controversies, as you know, a lot of questioning. People were saying, by the way, I had a nice presentation with our friends, Ralph Thompson from SBTPG. A lot of people were calling, and this one is for anybody that is watching and did a bank product, because there were a lot of concern. There were a lot of people that say, wait a minute, I usually get my refund through a bank. So does that mean that the IRS is going to send my stimulus check to the bank that I use? And I had a very nice, presentation from Ralph. And basically what he says, that this whole dimension with the stimulus check, it created a total different nightmare for them, because to deal with one tax season, you know how much money they got the first deposit? They received $18 billion in February. You remember when the first release of those refunds? So in their mind, they say, oh my God, this is stimulus money. It will give us another tax season all over again. Imagine to get another $18 billion and figure out a way how to distribute it to all of those people. It will become a total different nightmare. Plus, imagine your tax preparation office, our tax preparation office, with hundreds or perhaps thousands of checks that now we have to give people. People will be calling us, calling the office left and right. It will create a total chaos. What SBTPG call, what they call a PR nightmare. So what they did, for people that have no idea, first of all, it doesn't matter if you did a bank product or not. The money is not going to go through the bank. The IRS have a way to tell that if you put a direct deposit bank account, even though your fee were deducted from your tax refund, the IRS knows your bank direct deposit account, the ending, where that check went to. So the bank, what the bank is telling them, the IRS, no, I don't want that money. Don't send that money my way.
Oh, yeah.
You send the money directly to the taxpayer, because they don't want to charge extra fee. First of all, they cannot, and they will not allow by the federal government to do that. So there will be no extra fee, and there will be a lot of work that they have to do. It's like tax season all over for them. And that would create
redoing the whole system.
Yeah. And then what they said, there is, I didn't know about this, maybe you don't know, but there is a deposit indicator that the IRS has in every bank application. So when you tell the bank application, oh, this taxpayer want the money to be deducted from their refund, but they want the money to be deposited to this Bank of America, Chase, Citi, Wells Fargo bank account, then the IRS know that bank account. So the IRS is gonna send the stimulus money to that bank account. Now, if you did a bank product and you didn't put a bank account, then the money is gonna be sent to your home address. Oh. Now the problem, you know what is the problem now? That a lot of people home address have changed.
Yeah, or they don't get mail to their home.
So in case that your home address change, guys, listen, there is a form that you need to fill out. Just go to the irs.gov, just search, change of address. I don't remember the name of the form, is 82 something. Mm-hmm. And then you can just fill out the form and mail it to the IRS. And the IRS is working on a website, a portal that hopefully today or tomorrow, it was supposed to happen. It was supposed to be ready, but this morning I checked and it wasn't ready. It's a website that you will be able to log in and you will be able to change your address, or you will be able to change your bank account in case that you close your bank account, because that is the case of a lot of people. Or in case that you use a bank account and the bank account is closed right now, then what's going to happen is that the IRS is going to send the money to the bank. When the bank realizes that the bank account is closed, so then the bank is going to send the money back to the IRS. So the IRS is going to print a check, and then you're going to get that money sent to you by mail. It says that it's going to take like 2 or 3 more weeks for you to get the money, because it takes a week for the bank to get the money. The money has to be returned back to the IRS. The IRS has to print a check and then send the money. Do you know how many checks can the IRS print in a week? That is the question of the day. Let's see if you have an idea. In a week.
In a week? How many checks? I don't know, like 10,000?
Well, as you know, there are 150 million taxpayers. 150 million people file a tax return. That's a lot of people.
That is a lot of
people. The IRS says, let's send the money to the people that have a bank account. That we can do electronically. Send it, boom. And by the way, not everybody's getting the money at the same time. They are doing it based on income. They're gonna take care of the low income people first. People that are making less than 10,000, boom, they got it on Saturday, maybe. People that are getting between 20,000 or less, 30,000, and going on and on and on, they're gonna be releasing the money. They're not gonna release it all at once, but the checks, the IRS can print up to $5 million checks, 5 million refund checks. The IRS can print weekly. Imagine
that's a lot of checks.
That's a lot of checks. 5 million. But you see, the IRS has the system in place to do that. They are the only one that can do this nationwide. So anybody, so the IRS is the only one, because the government wants that money to be, floating, to be circulating the economy, to stimulate and really lift up the economy again, right? So the sooner that money get out there, the sooner the economy gonna start to be reactivating again. And the people that haven't filed a tax return, specifically those that are retired and are getting Social Security checks, you don't have to file a tax return. Don't worry about it. You don't have to file it. The government is gonna send you money through the Social Security system. You are already in their system. You're already getting a Social Security check. They know who you are. They know if you file taxes or no. They know everything about you. So they will be sending you the money automatically through the Social Security system that you use in Social Security Administration. If you're getting a check, whether it is for retirement, or perhaps if you are disabled, a lot of disabled people or the veterans, they'll be getting a check directly from the government, the $1,200 or the $2,400 they qualify. How's that?
Perfect. Thanks, Rafael. Thanks everybody watching. Make sure to check out Atax if any of this seemed interested. But one more thing, Rafael, because I know when somebody joins Atax, almost everything's on the cloud, ¿verdad? So they could work from anywhere.
Technically, that has been, our model. We have been building that. I mean, even the tax preparation software can work on the cloud. I mean, you have the option of a cloud base, or you have a desktop that can also, we can give you access remotely to another application that we built called Guacamole. Okay. Believe it or not, I don't know why we call it Guacamole, but it's becoming very, very famous. It's an application that allows to connect. I could be in Japan, I could be in Russia, I could be in the moon. And as long as I have internet, I can remotely connect to my server in my office, my computer, have access to all the tax returns, check the status of tax client, transmit and returns, and do everything like if I'm literally in the office. And I should remind all the people, that are in the call that all of our ATAX offices are available. If you really just go to atax.com, find the nearest location. You can connect or download the app called Atax Live. Visiting ataxlive.com, www.ataxlive.com, and then download it. It's free, no cost, and you will be able to connect with the nearest ATAX location near you for them to really file the taxes remotely. I mean, it's beautiful the way the app was built. That's our main page. If you click on location, you will be able to find all the different locations that you can find. And if you go to the Atax Live, I don't know if you can go all the way down and see the locations. At the bottom, I think there is a link for the Atax Live that you can connect. Is it there? I don't know if it is there. Or just go www.ataxlive.com and you will be able to find the app. And the app, you can download it for the Apple Store or for the Google Play. That is the app. Yeah, that is the app. You can download it for the Apple Store or the Google Play Store, and it's free. It's free, and it came very, 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 very handy. A buena hora, como decimos nosotros. Okay.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Rafael. Thanks everybody for watching. If you like this, let us know down in the comments below, and follow us and follow Atax. We'll see you all next time.
See you next time, guys. Thank you, Alberto. Thank you, Carlos, Tony, and the Latino Tax team.
All right, Rafael. Bye.